really hard to argue against Vladdy right now, considering the fact that he just hit a home run in every single game he played in Fenway last series. I don't really know how you go against that guy with an absolute wagon. Like this guy, this guy is just nukes baseballs for fun, and it's just like it's unreal. So can't really think of anybody that I would say is more likely to than him right now.
Yeah, I mean, Vladdy isn't only hitting homers. Like it could be the Adam Dunn situation where he hits 45 homers, but hits like 100 because all he does is strike out, walk, and hit homers. But I mean, he's leading the league in average too. He's hitting 350 something, and he's got like an 1100 OPS. So it's not even like he's only hitting homers. He's putting the bat on the ball every time he goes up to the plate, and sometimes he just gets a hold of them, and it's not even like he's hitting wall scrapers. I think the one yesterday was well over the monster.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is putting the whole wagon into these balls, and he's putting them into orbit. So I think Vladdy's definitely the safe choice right now. It's hard to see him slowing down, and it seems like anytime he gets a good barrel on the ball, it's going out.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Vladdy as well. I mean, we've been hearing for forever, when this guy finally gets around to his full potential, like he's going to be the best pure hitter in all of baseball. And I think we're starting to see that. And he's just like the last month, he's just made incredible strides. I mean, for a while there was like Acuna and Otani right at the top. But I just got to roll with Vladdy. I mean, I could see him being the best power hitter for the next decade, putting 40 to 50 homers up per year. And I think that's what we're going to see from him this year. And that'll be the top of the league.
Yeah, I got one more thing to say. In my preseason predictions, one of my bold takes was that Vladdy would end up top 3 in MVP voting, and I believe it was Steve that laughed at me and told me that I was crazy. And look at me now.
To be fair, Clausen,
Mr. Predictions over there.
If that is the case, and I'd have to check the footage, you've missed a lot more than you've hit, bud. So congratulations.
Let's go to the tape.
Steve,
found a nut.
Steve, I'm also going to come at you and say you've also missed a lot more than you've hit. We had a whole betting segment based off you.
That was different, though. That was a different thing. That was like...
Yeah, no. The thing that you mentioned, though, about Vladdy Guerrero Jr. that I did find kind of true was that, he's not like a Dave Kingman. And that's kind of a reference to my dad, because I think that he liked the Mets growing up. And I don't know if you guys know who Dave Kingman is, but he was kind of Adam Dunn before Adam Dunn was a guy. He played back in like the 70s and 80s. He has 442 career home runs, but but his lifetime average was 236. So, that's kind of the guy he was. I think he has one of the longest home runs in MLB history. Hit one literally like, on to almost one of the neighboring houses at Wrigley Field, like outside of Wrigley Field. Like the guy, you want to talk about, wagons. Like this guy was a freaking wagon. Like this guy was insane. Like it was insane what he was able to do. But obviously, the average wasn't there. With Vladdy Guerrero Jr., it's, kind of there. And, he's kind of able to, be more of just than just an Adam Dunn type power hitter. He actually can, put up the stats, which is good to see. In terms of thinking of guys who can catch up, it will be interesting to see if Otani can get back into it and really, ramp up in terms of the home runs he can get. But, I love talking baseball with my grandfather. And it seems that every summer that we're talking about baseball, he'll always just say like, the season's young, but just wait for guys like Edwin Encarnacion to heat up. Obviously he's not really, in the league anymore, but the other guy we'd always mention too would be Nelson Cruz. He currently has 13 home runs. Last year he had 16 through a 60 game pace. He is 13 through 57 right now. So, he's still mashing. He's also still hitting 297. So he's not even like an Adam Dunn type. Like he's still hitting consistently. So honestly, even though he's 40, that he's only hitting. So I'm just like, if he still has that down, I would say watch out for him, because he can get hot at any moment, and he can have multiple home run games just back to back. Like he can just go on a roll.
Yeah, Nelson Cruz has shown that he can do that for the last 5 years. Yeah. And I think that he's also one of those safe bets that he's going to hit 40 homers. It's just a matter of time when he heats up. So I think that if not Vladdy, I think if you're going to take one of those solidified veterans to take the lead, I think Nelson Cruz is the guy to go with.
Yeah, because I mean, he's still a ways back right now. He's like technically 9 home runs back, but I'm just like, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Whether he gets hurt, obviously God forbidding. But if he just goes in a bit of a slump, Nelson Cruz, if when the weather is hot, he gets hot and he just starts mashing balls. So I'm just like, that's a guy that I'm going to be really interested to see because that's someone that always me and my grandfather, my brother will always talk about like when's he going to get hot, when's he going to start going, and then he gets going.